This is a Lamley preview. I've got something that is coming out very, very soon from Hot Wheels. Mattel sent me this set to preview for you, and we are going to get right to it. And can you believe it? I never thought I would be talking Hot Wheels Boulevard, but I am. It is back for 2020. Hot Wheels Boulevard returns. I have talked enough about Hot Wheels Boulevard. If you've watched this channel or you've been a collector for at least the last 10 years, you know what Hot Wheels Boulevard is, or was. It was a premium line released in, I think, 2011, 2012, 2013. It was a mix, and well, it's basically what this is. It's like, what if just Hot Wheels had its own city, had its own street, and the cars that would be driving down the road, that's essentially the theme. Almost like what Hot Wheels people would be driving to and from work or to the events that they like. Just a Hot Wheels themed premium line. It was cool. There were a ton of great castings that came from it, but it died a slow death like a lot of premium lines. But I have said Hot Wheels Boulevard, like when I did the Models of the Decade, was a very influential line. No reason to rehash that. You can go back to that video. But in 2013, retailers had kind of given up on Boulevard. It was hanging on the pegs quite a bit, or at least a lot of models were. But Hot Wheels figured out, instead of doing a ton of releases like every month with like 6 or 7 cars in each, they started going a little more sporadic, like a release every 2 months of 5 cars each, and all realistic. And so you got the Datsun Wagon, you got the Porsche 993, the Jeep Wagoneer. There was a ton of great stuff that was released that year. And while retail had given up on it, it was very hard to find. Collectors loved it, and I think Hot Wheels said, I think we know what we need to do. And I think that final year of Boulevard spurred car culture, and we know how that's gone. Nonetheless, Hot Wheels has seen such a success with some of these premium lines that they are bringing it back. And this is the first mix for 2020, and I'm going to preview it for you. That was 2 minutes of introduction, but I think it was worth it. Same logo. Artwork is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be different than car culture in that it looks like, I don't know if this will be the same art theme for every mix, but I'm guessing it will be. Boulevard didn't have this kind of individual art for each card, but it was a similar theme. You can see things like Coyle Speed Shot. That's Julian Coyles, who does all this premium art. I see Van Jay's Red Line. I think that would be Steve Vandervate. He does most of the graphics for these cars. But you're going to see, and we'll see how this plays out, you will see some Hot Wheels originals pop in here, and some favorites like the 67 Camaro. And these won't be car culture themed. You'll see a lot of cars that would fit in car culture, as we're going to see now. But you'll see a little bit of mix into like Hot Wheels favorites as well. And I think this will go very, very well. Here is the art in the back. You can see same art, just no people on it. Here is that in case you want it. I'm looking, from what I'm understanding, we might see this. I don't know if we'll see it by the end of December, but we will see it. I think it's a Walmart exclusive. We will see it in January for sure. So the first one is the Boneshaker. Definitely a Hot Wheels favorite. You can see this one is very simple in matte black with flames. It's got a really cool dark 5-spoke reel rider on it. Undoubtedly a popular casting. I don't think they're going to be throwing just any Hot Wheels original casting in here. We know some of the favorites, and I'd imagine those are what we will see as we move forward. The Boneshaker being a very appropriate first one. Number 2. This one is just fantastic. Of course, I'm going to think it is. It is the Nissan Skyline GTR BCN R33, known as the R33 Skyline. We saw this go premium for Fast and Furious, and now this is the release of all releases. There is Julian's art. This is a Nismo release. You have seen this deco before. In fact, Team Transport, remember this R34 Skyline. Let me put those together like that. The R34 Skyline had this Nismo deco, and you can see that it is exactly the same. color of the rims is the only thing different, but even the spoiler has the Nismo decor on it. Very, very cool to go full premium. On the front grille, on the top, back, everything is there. And this casting, which is really well done, Rio Asada designed it, is tremendous. I think the stance on this casting when it was released in the basic range, I was just so excited about it, hoping that it went premium, and here it is. And I have to say this one really, really surpasses the Fast and Furious in a major way. So that is the R33 Skyline. That is my top model of this first release, to be sure. Number 3. This one is not. This one is definitely a licensed model, but also a Hot Wheels favorite. It's a Volkswagen T1 panel bus, and this one goes Magnus Walker. We've seen a lot of Magnus Walker decos, and you can see that this one has the 277 that we've seen on the Porsche that was just put in the door slammers, right? The door slammers car culture mix. We've seen that 277 before. Now it makes its way to this VW van, and it works. The T1 is the T1 panel bus is a fantastic, fantastic model, and it just was kind of relegated to pop culture for so long, and now they've put it in car culture with the, was it Moon Eyes? Now it has this 277 Magnus Walker Urban Outlaw deco. I'm guessing it's time for wood panels somewhere, right? Just wood paneling, something real simple. But I think that one is very cool, the number 3, the T1 van. All right. Hot Wheels favorites, to be sure. Number 4 needs no introduction. It is the 67 Camaro. Now this car looks familiar because there's a real one. This is a replica of the Hot Wheels 67 Camaro that they take to the Legends Tour. I saw it at SEMA. It's all over the place. This is the closest replica that they have done of that car in Boulevard, and you can see it's the classic 67 Camaro casting, but it's not the updated one. So it still has the opening hood. This one has door handles on it, so you can see that. I wonder if there'll be variations without it. My guess is that most of these will have the door handles, but metal base and the opening hood on this 67 Camaro, which is a Hot Wheels favorite, to be sure, and licensed. But you can kind of get a sense of what this theme is. You're going to see a little bit more of expansion into the Hot Wheels world. Car culture is Hot Wheels replicas of car culture, of actual cars out there. Hot Wheels Boulevard is the Hot Wheels world come to life. It's going to be mostly licensed, mostly realistic cars, but it's going to vary just a little bit. All right, number 5. Between the R33 and this one, I think these are going to be the most popular models. It is the 83 Chevy Silverado 4x4. Here is Julian's art, and here is Steve Vandervate's, or Hot Wheels Van. We call him Van. This is Van's very stock looking Chevy square body deco. This one is very similar. I like doing some comparisons. There's let's see, this one was first released in like an RCR, the 4x4 version of the square body. But look how close it is to the convention model from several years ago. This convention model goes for a hefty sum. So those that wanted to get the convention model, now you can go and get one that's very, very close to it in the Boulevard model, which is kind of nice. Instead of gray stripes, it's white, but everything else is there, and it is nice and clean. Tons of detail all over this truck. I like the mag style rims on it. And yeah, that 4x4 casting is very, very cool. I like the lowered Silverado too, but this 4x4 is a nice addition. There you go. Look for this set soon in Walmart's. I think, is it a Walmart exclusive? Do I have that right? Sometimes I get that wrong. If it's at Target and other stores, great. But this one is coming. I think it'll be a very popular set. You've got Koenigsegg is returning in the next mix, and there's some other cool stuff coming, but this first mix is full of all kinds of cool stuff. You guys tell me what is your favorite down below. I'll go with the R33. I think that square body is awesome too, but you guys can tell me what you guys like, and look for it soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.